Thanks for joining us tonight for your 5 News at 6. I'm Erica Thomas.
And I'm Darren Bob. Almost 4 months after being stabbed while responding to a domestic disturbance call, the Fort Smith police officer involved in this speaks to 5 News about that incident.
Now, we do want to warn you and give you a moment to decide if you want to look at this body cam footage. Some of it may be tough to watch.
Put the brick down right now. Get on your face. Get on your face. That was just nice. Start fired. Start fired. Station, shots fired. He just stabbed me with a knife.
Now, that is newly released video of the incident from mid-October that came close to ending his life.
5 News reporter Catherine Gilker spoke to Officer Robin Gaines, breaks down what went through his mind on that terrifying night and the road to recovery.
When I turned off of North Greenwood onto Tillis, I could already see the end of the street light down there, what was going on. And it was very vivid. It was very real. You know, I knew at that point in time it wasn't the average call.
Put the brick down right now. Get on your face. Get on your face. That was just nice. Start fired. Start fired. Station, shots fired. He just stabbed me with a knife.
Officer Robin Gaines was rushed to the hospital by a fellow officer who responded moments after. Back at the crime scene was the suspect's 15-year-old son, who he'd beaten over the head with a rock, who later died. Inside the house was 42-year-old Julie Moore, who was stabbed to death in what police describe as an extremely violent attack. A 5-year-old child was found safe inside the home. The suspect who was shot and killed was 40-year-old Christopher Connor. He had been arrested for domestic battery 3 months earlier. Gaines says the way Connor looked at him as he arrived on scene was different.
He looked right into the headlights of that Tahoe. You know, I know he couldn't see me in the car. He's looking at those bright headlights, but I could see him, and it was different. It was evil. He was lifeless the way he looked at me. There's no telling what he was going to do afterwards.
After 3 surgeries on his neck, shoulder, and nerves, he's happy to be back to work inside the police station. He says he wants to get back on the street, but still has physical therapy and doesn't know when he will be cleared. He says, as unfortunate and tragic as October 17th was, he was just doing his job.
I got to do what I asked to do. That's the type of cop that I am. That's the way that I police. I'm out here to be between, you know, those who need protected and those who deem, you know, want to do them harm.
Police Chief Danny Baker says for all the fulfillment being a police officer provides, it's a dangerous job and sometimes awful things happen.
It's very much a blessing, again, that he survived that night. I'm also thankful for the young child that was rescued because of his actions. And I just hope that folks will reflect on how quickly these things can go bad for a police officer and how important it is for them to be as trained as they can be.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Catherine Gilker, 5 News.
Last month, prosecutors determined Officer Gaines was justified in firing his gun.